Seth Sanders and for Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy tonight, and it's part of living in the West. We've got this drought we're still dealing with. Some states, parts of the state doing better than others, Seth.
Yeah, absolutely, especially up here in the north. We're actually doing pretty well. Southern Utah, totally different story though. I'm going to roll out of the way so that you can see. Now, most of the state is dry right now, about 96%, but only 76% is in moderate drought or more. 4% in extreme drought. That's the Washington County, Iron County area. They haven't seen a whole lot of rain this year. They are way behind. We're talking less than half of where they should be this time of year. Take a look at this. Really nice sunset today. I'm going to step out of the way. I wanted to show everyone's pictures who sent them in. Didn't have a lot of time, so I just threw them all together so I could show you guys this little collage. Beautiful sunset across the entire state from St. George all the way up here to Salt Lake. Satellite radar shows that we are really calm right now, and that's because we have high pressure in place, that high pressure ridge, keeping the moisture at bay, acting a little bit as a storm block. Look at this time lapse. You're going to notice, I'm going to show you these mountains right here. It gets a little bit hazy. You can already see in that time lapse as we go throughout the day. Beautiful sunset in the Wasatch back as well. What did I say? Beautiful sunset everywhere. Now that haze, it's a lot of dust getting kicked up, a lot of particulate matter, and that's making for the poor air quality across a lot of the states or a lot of the counties across the state. Iron County, the eastern portion of the state, northern Utah, all battling elevated particulate matter. And as we get into the daytime hours tomorrow, like we saw today, we're going to see that increase to unhealthy for sensitive groups for a lot of people. But that's more so thanks to ozone, which kind of like burns your lungs. It's not a great thing. High temperatures since midnight, way above average. The average for this time of year is 60 degrees in Salt Lake. We hit 80. That's the first 80-degree day of the year. And St. George hit their first 90-degree day of the year, about 15 to 20 degrees above average down there in the south. Right now, we have a little bit of a breeze out of the south, transporting that warm southern air across the state. We had the cherry trees looking pretty as always, and the temperature's really nice, 64 degrees. Like I said, the average high is 60 degrees, and we are still above that. 59 in Logan, 58 in Provo, and St. George still sitting at a very comfortable 74 degrees. Of course, those temperatures will continue to drop overnight. By midnight, we'll be reaching the lower 60s, right where we should be this time of year for a daytime high. And then we drop to the 50s for overnight lows, 5 a.m., 56 degrees. Then we warm up to the 60s by 10 o'clock. Mostly clear skies holding on through tomorrow. Futurecast is going to be a bit of a boring one. There's not a whole lot going on here. We do have that cold front that approaches us tomorrow that amplifies that southerly flow, so we're going to see even warmer temperatures tomorrow than we saw today, just a little bit warmer. And then that cold front slides through on Saturday. We're going to see temperatures drop thanks to that northwest flow behind it, and then we could see a couple of sprinkles in the West Desert. Not looking like it's going to be very significant though. So this high pressure ridge that's keeping us warm slides to the east, and then you notice there's that southerly flow we've been talking about, keeping us very warm. And then this system moves in. Now I think it's going to stay dry for us, but it does bring the cooler air, especially in the north, but we will see temperatures drop statewide. Doesn't last long though, because high pressure rebounds and brings more beautiful weather next week. We could see a system brushing the southern portion of the state on Tuesday, bringing a slight chance of wet weather. But again, not looking like it's going to be very significant, but they'll take all they can get. Like we said, the southwest part of the state is an extreme drought. Regional forecast shows we're going to be in the 80s for most of us tomorrow, a couple 70s as well. 92 degrees will be the high tomorrow in St. George. Very warm. And the record is 95. So we won't be hitting the record, but we'll be getting close. 80s hold on for the next 7 days in St. George with that slight chance on Tuesday. But apart from that, very dry conditions. The Wasatch Front also teasing that record. We may very well break it tomorrow. We're forecasted to break it by a single degree, and then temperatures drop to the 70s and then drop way down into the 50s, bringing us below average. And then we hop right back on the 70 train by Tuesday.
70 train.
The 70 train.
I like that train.
Yeah,
All
me
right.
too.
Hey.